So if you guys aren't familiar with what's been going on in the gaming community right now, Marvel Rivals uploaded a video talking about their April Fool's update and how this is actually going to be an emote and it is Venom twerking. This is what you're going to be able to do with the characters, and a lot of people have traced this back to why is it okay when Venom does it, but it is looked down upon when She-Hulk doesn't. We're going to be touching on that today. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let me bring you back to this original post by Marvel Rivals over here. This was, of course, before April Fool's. April Fool's is just around the corner. Rivals and the smoothest symbiote in the multiverse is ready to celebrate. That's right, it's not a joke. And I thought this was a joke. Well, I thought this was just people modding the game when I saw people actually using a twerking emote with Venom. Now, am I against this type of thing? For video games, yes and no, because I think that we should have like consistent logic throughout this, because I'm somebody who was like, oh, come on, really? She-Hulk's twerking? Like, let's be real, like, come on, man. It's a little bit different for me when it comes to a video game, but if I was in charge of the world, I would just make it not a thing. Why are we having something sexualized in a video game? But the problem is, throughout this video game, I know it's twerking, but it's really... it's not that sexualized. It's not, because people look at it and go, haha, Venom's shaking his like well-defined butt. Nobody looks at it in a sexual manner. You know what I mean? People just like think it's ridiculous. But at the same time, you do need to have the consistent logic, and that's what I do ultimately need to have. I just see the separation, because a lot of people are saying, oh, men just hating women again, men just hating She-Hulk. It is a big difference when you're trying to construct like a solid story that's canon to the MCU. Not only that, but the MCU has been going more and more downhill as time has gone on. And then you have She-Hulk twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. That was and you got to think about intentions here too. Marvel Rivals uploaded this, and their intention is to just be goofy, weird, make some money. You know, like a lot of people are just going, look at what Venom's doing, you know? That's typically the reaction to it. The goal with the She-Hulk thing was obviously like a empowerment type thing, and I'm not here to talk about whether or not empowerment's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just talking about the motives for both things are different, so you're obviously going to get a different reaction from these two things. But it's not just about what I think over here, okay? I wanted to take a look at a bunch of top replies, and I forgot to show you, okay? This was one of the initial posts over here that, you know, stirred up a bunch of conversation, and then more tweets ended up talking about it. But when She-Hulk did it, and of course, like, it's just Hulk using that emote over there, and, you know, you can use the twerk emote. Again, I thought this was a joke. I thought people were just modding Marvel Rivals, but it's actually an emote in the game. Again, would I add it to the game? No, we need to keep our logic consistent over here, but I do acknowledge that, like, there is a difference. I understand the people saying, okay, but when She-Hulk did it, it's not okay. I understand that, but there is a difference, and it matters with the motives. Marvel Rivals isn't trying to be taken seriously with this, and that's probably the biggest part. But again, it's not just about what I think. We have a few top replies over here that I wanted to get their opinion on, and perhaps it would add to the video, and I would love to have you guys comment down below if you're enjoying it so far too. I'd love to hear your take. I monitor the comments. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. Your time is very, very valuable. Like and subscribe if you have not already. I think the difference is people watch the movies for compelling plots and characters. They play Rivals for chaotic fun. It's more of what people want out of the medium than what the specific general context is. And of course, this is the reply, and of course, like, kind of, I don't want to say making a joke out of it, but kind of dismissing the initial point. But I thought by what Seth said over here is very, very accurate to how people are feeling about this, because again, people are looking at She-Hulk, trying to be taken seriously, trying to make a point, and then a little bit of backlash against it. Marvel Rivals is trying to, as Seth said, be chaotic, be fun, be stupid, and then people are being stupid with it. Nobody's like... And the problem is, I don't know if I'm saying this the right way, because technically, yes, you are sexualizing yourself by twerking in a video game. Yes. But how many people are really using it that way? Yeah, you know what? Well, you have the odd gooner using, like, Scarlet Witch and, like, just instead of playing, watch themselves twerk. Yeah, and that's why I ultimately think that these things should be absent from video games as a whole. I'm just not outraged about it, to be honest with you. I don't want any kids getting their hands on it. I don't want any kids getting addicted to pixels on a screen, watching Black Widow. And, you know, those characters are very, very defined, but I'm also on the camp of parents should be monitoring what their kid's playing. If a mom walks by and sees someone using Black Widow or Psylocke twerking and just like going like this on their screen, perhaps their child shouldn't be playing that video game. So it's a little bit different in, again, the motives. Let's take a look at another reply over here, because in this context, it's for laughs, because it's ridiculous to see a hulking male figure do it. And before I continue, guys, it's very, very important to note, YouTube, I'm not saying I agree or disagree with this. I'm just, you know, this is what a lot of people would say in response to this, and I felt it was important to recap the conversation. When She-Hulk did it, it was a girl power move based on feminist connotations which directly correlate to the hypocrisy of the movement and ideology in turning oneself into a sexual object is okay, only if men are not attracted to the sexual object you've turned yourself into. Again, YouTube. I am not saying that I agree with this, but a lot of people in the conversation in the online space are saying things just like this. It's very, very important to note. I'm very grateful to be on this platform over here, okay? It's because She-Hulk demands to be taken seriously and hates that she is sexualized as a woman. When she twerks, that's when people like, say, Deadpool do crap like that make people laugh. Because one, they aren't wanting to be taken seriously. Two, it's in character. That's actually a really good point. Deadpool's a fantastic point to bring up. And I don't know why I didn't even think about that, to be honest with you. Look what Deadpool does. All of the stupid, and another thing about Deadpool too, it's mature. It's 18 plus, you know? There is no outrage there. Deadpool is a stupid movie that does not take itself seriously. You know, Deadpool's doing stuff like spanking himself, you know, talking about getting pegged, things like that. There's no outrage there because it's meant to be stupid and people look at it like it's stupid. It's just dumb humor. That's what it meant to be. But She-Hulk, as this tweet said, demands to be taken seriously. She-Hulk didn't twerk in their movie or in the TV show. It's so people can laugh at her. When people did laugh at her, everybody got pissed off about it, right? There are completely different motives, and I understand again why these two things are being compared, but it's about the motives, man. It's about the motives. One, Marvel Rivals is just being really, really stupid. And unfortunately, this is how a lot of people also feel about this. When She-Hulk did it, and of course, if you don't know the meme, leave me alone. That is how a lot of people feel about it. They just want to buy their twerking emote. As stupid as it is, they want to buy their twerking emote. They want to watch Venom twerk. How much has it been memed throughout the entire internet of like how prominent Venom's butt is? To have that twerk is just silly. It's funny. It's what people have been asking for. And again, last time I will say it, I still do believe it's probably best if we have all of those things absent. I'm just not on the outrage about it, okay? And then you also had things like this. Tony had this to say, I'm going to be giving out lap dances to any healers that can shoot straight. Hit me up. You're going to have a lot of really, really funny clips from this. The twerking isn't meant to be taken seriously, and nobody is taking it seriously. I'm going to be playing Marvel Rivals with my friends, and guaranteed the vast majority of players in my party are going to have the twerking emote, and we're probably just going to have some stupid twerk offs. I'm not looking at that thinking anything, really. Like, literally, not one sexual thought is coming into my brain. It's this giant hulking character is shaking their butt. That's the important part about it. But again, I will agree with it. If kids are getting a hold of this game, it is mostly a parent issue, but perhaps it's best that we keep it out of it completely. Regardless, you get into a dicey territory over there because Marvel Rivals is, you know, I can't blame them for releasing an emo like this. They are very, very smart with what they are doing. And of course, it's up to us whether we want to play the game or not play the game. I just don't necessarily think it's fair to compare the two, but I do understand why people are comparing the two, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this down below. Thank you very much for being here and watching. Why don't you check out this video on screen right now? YouTube thinks that you like this video the best. We talk all things trending on this channel. I would love to have you over to another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.